お休み前に英語で国内ニュースの時間です。今日の話題を英語でどうぞ。
Reports summarize damage caused by heavy rain in Ishikawa and Toyama. Both prefectures were temporarily placed under the highest, level 5 emergency heavy rain warning. Landslides were reported. In Hakui, Ishikawa, water near Aiyama Bridge on the Aiyama River rose above the levee and overflowed.
A large debris flow struck the border area between Nepal and China on the 26th. So far, 160 people in the two countries have died, and several hundred are missing. 5 Japanese people believed to be tourists also cannot be contacted. Their safety has not been confirmed.
Avant-garde artist Yayoi Kusama has died at a hospital in Tokyo. She died on the 14th of this month at age 97. Kusama was known around the world for colorful sculptures and paintings featuring polka dots. She received Japan's Order of Culture.
Bank of Japan Deputy Governor Himino gave a speech in Saitama City on the 27th. He again said the central bank will consider raising interest rates while paying more attention than before to the risk of prices rising more than expected.
Kyushu Shinkansen services are expected to resume across the entire line on September 18th, starting with the first train. The Kumamoto to Shin-Minamata section has been under repair after the July 28 Kumamoto earthquake. The detailed timetable will be announced August 31st. Direct services to Honshu will operate at about 90% of the previous number.
Starting September 1, the legal speed limit on many residential roads without speed signs will fall from 60 to 30 kilometers per hour. These roads are mainly narrow roads without a center line and may account for 60 to 70% of ordinary roads nationwide. The change aims to protect pedestrians by reducing vehicle speeds.
Osaka police have arrested Tsuyoshi Asada, a 59-year-old administrative scrivener, on suspicion of causing death by injury. Police allege that he assaulted his 50-year-old subordinate, Tomonori Inoue, in the garage of Asada's home on the night of March 26, 2025, causing Inoue's death.
Saitama police have sent the case against Itsuo Koyano, a 70-year-old prefectural assembly member and former Secretary General of the Liberal Democratic Party's Saitama chapter, to prosecutors on suspicion of breach of trust. The chapter says he used its funds for private clothing and meals, causing about 3 million yen in damage. His side says the spending was legitimate political and organizational activity.
Weekly Diamond magazine has announced that it will end its print edition in March next year. After that, the magazine will move to a fully digital format, ending its paper publication and becoming a completely digital magazine.
次は社会のニュースです。
A Level 5 special heavy rain warning was issued on the morning of August 27th in the Noto area of Ishikawa Prefecture and western Toyama Prefecture. The situation was life-threatening, and people needed to secure their safety immediately. Roads were flooded in some places.
Kyushu Shinkansen services on the entire line are expected to resume from the first train on September 18th. The Kumamoto to Shin-Minamata section has remained closed after earthquake damage, dividing services into northern and southern sections. Near Shin-Yatsushiro, trains will run about 10 kilometers at around 70 kilometers per hour, causing schedule changes.
Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama has died at age 97. She died at a hospital in Tokyo on August 14th, according to an official announcement. Kusama was known worldwide for repeated polka dots and net patterns, pumpkins, and mirror installations called infinity mirror rooms. She continued creating art until shortly before her death.
A male high school student was found collapsed on a farm road in相模原City and later died. Police believe he died after suffering a strong blow to the head, apparently from an assault such as being hit. Investigators are examining the circumstances in detail, and the investigation is continuing.
The government's Personal Information Protection Commission is preparing detailed rules for a revised law on artificial intelligence development. The law includes eased restrictions on collecting personal information for AI development. The Commission is considering concerns about information leaks and says careful rulemaking is needed for proper operation after the law takes effect.
Japan's Nuclear Regulation Authority has formally decided to revise its rules on anti-terrorism facilities at nuclear power plants. Under the current system, a plant cannot operate if the facility is not installed by a set deadline. The revision will effectively extend that deadline, allowing more time for facilities to be completed.
埼玉District Court has ordered a company to return about 861.76 million yen in subsidies for COVID-19 PCR tests. The prefecture had sued, alleging improper receipt of the money. The court recognized cases in which multiple tests were conducted even though earlier tests had not failed, and found no real operation of a testing center.
The Fair Trade Commission plans to recommend action against Japan Post for violating the Freelance Act. Since November 2024, Japan Post allegedly failed to state payment dates and other transaction terms in advance for more than 150 freelancers. The Commission is also expected to recognize delayed payments. Japan Post says it is under investigation and working to prevent repeat violations.
Starting September 1st, the legal speed limit on many local residential roads without speed signs will drop from 60 to 30 kilometers per hour. The change mainly affects narrow roads without a center line and may cover about 60 to 70% of general roads nationwide. The goal is to protect pedestrians, but informing drivers remains a challenge.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Okinawa's gubernatorial election was officially announced on August 27th. The main issues are whether to move the U.S. military base in Futama to Henoko and measures against rising prices. The race is mainly between newcomer Genta Koja, who accepts the move, and incumbent Denny Tamaki, who opposes it. Voting is September 13th.
After a special heavy rain warning was issued, the government set up a liaison office at the Prime Minister's Office Crisis Management Center at 6:20 a.m. on August 27th. The office is collecting information and handling the response. Prime Minister Takaichi said that protecting lives must be the top priority.
The Kyushu Shinkansen will fully resume service on September 18th, the operator announced. Some sections have remained suspended because of the Kumamoto earthquake. The operator also aims to restore the entire Kagoshima line around mid-October. The affected Shinkansen sections include Kumamoto to Shin-Minamata, while the Kagoshima line section includes Uto to Yatsushiro.
Bank of Japan Deputy Governor Ryozo Himino said the timing of any additional rate hike will be discussed carefully at every policy meeting. He stressed the risk that underlying inflation could exceed 2% and did not rule out a rate hike in September. He also warned that oil prices, AI demand, and a weaker yen could push prices higher.
NVIDIA reported record results for the May to July quarter. Sales reached $96.2 billion, up 2.1 times from a year earlier. Net profit rose 2.3 times to about $59.7 billion. Data center sales made up more than 90% of total sales. NVIDIA expects sales of about $108 billion for August through October.
The Agriculture Ministry is finalizing a plan to buy back government rice reserves within September. The purchases will focus on rice harvested last year as private stocks have built up. The ministry will also consider the condition of new rice harvests in different regions before deciding the final amount to buy back.
Chubu Electric announced 14 inappropriate cases involving decommissioning work at Hamaoka Nuclear Plant Units 1 and 2. Documents submitted for the work contained details that differed from actual results. The company received about 800 million yen for the 14 cases. The government has asked for a report on the facts and causes by September 25th.
The government plans to finalize a support package on August 27th for people rebuilding their lives after the Kumamoto earthquake. The package will include recovery support for small and medium-sized businesses. It will also include a tourism support discount, with the government paying part of visitors' hotel costs.
Meta has agreed to pay up to $18 billion to settle a lawsuit with 48 U.S. states over children's dependence on social media. The agreement includes limits on time spent using Instagram and other services. Meta does not admit wrongdoing or responsibility for harm. The settlement may help avoid larger damages and a long trial.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
Roki Sasaki is expected to go on the injured list after leaving a game early because of a blister on his right middle finger. Manager Roberts said the condition is quite serious, and Sasaki will likely be out for at least 2 weeks. He left in the 4th inning after his speed dropped. The Dodgers lost 6-5.
Ryukoku University has suspended its hardball baseball club for 1 month, from July 28 to August 27th. Multiple acts of violence against younger students were confirmed, including kicking and hitting. More than 20 students also reported theft in the dormitory, but staff were not told. The university apologized and will end the all-dorm system.
Yomiuri Giants outfielder Shogo Asano will undergo right knee surgery soon. He has a torn meniscus and his season is over. Asano was hurt while running after hitting a home run in a minor league game on the 4th. He had a .322 batting average in 62 minor league games. He says he will return healthy.
Oryx announced that catcher Tomoya Mori had surgery on his left wrist on the 26th. The operation removed inflamed tissue using a camera. Mori is expected to miss the rest of the season. He played in 66 games this year with a .243 batting average, 7 home runs, and 24 runs batted in. Rehabilitation will follow.
The NFL announced that it will no longer hold a Pro Bowl game starting with the 2026 season. The Pro Bowl honor will continue with players chosen by votes from players, coaches, and fans. 88 players will be officially selected with no replacement selections. The selected players will gather in Los Angeles in January 2027.
Live Golf has told most of its employees that they will be laid off in the first week of September. The move follows an announcement that Saudi Arabia's public investment fund will stop funding the tour after this season. Live says it is shrinking its business and moving toward a new phase called Live 2.0.
Kei Nishikori, who has announced he will retire at the end of this season, won his second-round match in the U.S. Open men's singles qualifying tournament. He defeated an American player in straight sets. The victory sends Nishikori into the third round, where he will compete for a place in the main draw.
The second round of Japan's Emperor's Cup soccer tournament was held with J1 and J2 teams entering the competition. A total of 32 matches were played. Defending champion FC Machida Zelvia from J1 defeated Iwate Grula Morioka of Iwate Prefecture. Machida advanced to the third round.
An athlete plaza has been completed in Nagoya ahead of the Asian and Asian Para Games in Aichi this fall. The games will not have a traditional athlete village. Hotels were first planned, but organizers created this lodging and meeting site after a request. It has 250 wooden container buildings, including 200 lodging units for about 3,000 people.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
A massive flash flood struck Rasuwa district in central Nepal on the morning of August 26th. Police say 157 people have died and many homes and bridges were swept away. Japan's embassy says it cannot contact 5 Japanese people believed to be on a tour. Nepal has been asked to search for and rescue them. The flood may have followed a glacier collapse.
Tomoko Akane, the president of the International Criminal Court, says she will resist U.S. sanctions as much as possible. She called the sanctions a crisis for the rule of law, not only for the court. Akane said her credit card has already stopped working. She urged Japan to support the court and continue dialogue with the United States.
A special military court at the U.S. Navy base in Guantanamo Bay will begin the trial of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and other defendants in June 2028. The case concerns the September 2001 terrorist attacks in the United States. Proceedings were delayed by disputes over torture-based confessions and a failed plea deal. About 3,000 people died.
Meta has agreed to pay up to $18 billion to settle a lawsuit brought by 48 U.S. states over children's social media addiction. Instagram and Facebook will limit combined use to 2 hours a day. They will also be unavailable from midnight to 6 a.m., with notifications muted during school hours. Parental permission and stricter age checks will be required.
A bipartisan group of Japanese lawmakers met with Liu Kang, a deputy head of the Chinese Communist Party's Department for External Relations, in Beijing on August 27th. Shinichi Isaka, a publicity committee chair of the Centrist Reform Coalition, disclosed the meeting to reporters afterward. The delegation held talks with a senior Chinese Communist Party official.
Russia may be preparing to expand its attacks on Ukraine after giving up on peace talks supported by the Trump administration, according to a report. Possible targets include Kyiv and infrastructure in other cities. Some Russian officials reportedly believe President Putin could use tactical nuclear weapons. However, there are currently no signs that such preparations are underway.
The United States plans to hold off on military attacks against Iran for now, according to a report. Secretary of State Marco Rubio reportedly told allied foreign ministers that Washington will focus on economic sanctions instead. The policy may continue until after the November midterm elections, unless Iran attacks first. New sanctions target about 60 people and companies.
A fire broke out on August 26 at a medical facility in Islamabad, Pakistan's capital. The facility was the Pakistan Institute of Medical Sciences. 14 newborn babies died in the fire.
Israel is scheduled to hold a general election in October, and local media report that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is struggling. A new political party formed by a former Army Chief of Staff is gaining strength and may become the largest party ahead of the ruling party. The main question is whether this could lead to a change in government.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Avant-garde artist Yayoi Kusama has died at 97. She died on August 14th at a hospital in Tokyo from multiple organ failure. Kusama was known worldwide for colorful polka dots, net patterns, and pumpkin sculptures. Born in Nagano, she moved to the United States in 1957 and later received Japan's Order of Culture.
British actor Tim Curry has died at age 80. His manager said he died peacefully at his Los Angeles home on August 25. The cause was not announced. Curry was famous for the Rocky Horror Show and also appeared in Home Alone 2, The Three Musketeers, and Charlie's Angels. He was also a voice actor.
Several overseas concerts by popular Japanese artists have been canceled. Vondi canceled his Shanghai shows in November, citing unexpected circumstances. Fujikaze canceled his Bangkok show planned for December 26th. Singer-songwriter AKSAKE canceled an entire world tour, and the group JO1 canceled Seoul shows after reviewing local conditions and other requirements.
Suddenly Feeling Unwell, directed by Ryosuke Hamaguchi, has been chosen as Japan's entry for the International Feature Film category at the 99th Academy Awards. The Japan-France co-production stars Tao Okamoto and Virginie Efira, set mainly in Paris. It follows a care facility director and a Japanese theater director with terminal cancer.
The first game of the 51st Meijin Go match between title holder Ryo Ichiriki and challenger Torimaru Shibano will resume on August 27th at 9 a.m. The game is being held at the Tokiwa Hotel in Kofu. Reports say the balance has not changed, and Shibano has had little chance to make a decisive move.
Japanese musician Pico Taro has completed a one-year project marking 10 years since his global hit P-Pap. He released a total of 80.8 songs, inspired by Roland's TR-808 rhythm machine. He also performed with people he admired, including Noritake Kinashi, and cried after their recording. Pico Taro will hold a solo concert in Tokyo on September 27th.
A Japanese remake of the hit Korean drama Extraordinary Attorney Woo will air from October 19th, starring Mana Ashida as a lawyer. It will also be distributed worldwide on Netflix. Japanese remakes of Korean dramas have increased in recent years, especially on streaming services. The TV industry is choosing proven stories as manga-based dramas decrease.
2. Previously unpublished haiku by poet Masaoka Shiki have been found in a booklet from 1898. Experts say one poem imagines a beautiful Mount Fuji with cranes flying, while the other shows playful thoughts about cutting a kite's string. The poems will be displayed at Shikien in Tokyo from September 2nd through September 30th.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。